it's happening. CJI is going down tomorrow. The Craig Jones Invitational. Very first one. Maybe the last. We'll see how it goes. But I was just thinking today, can you bet on the CJI tournament? And then started doing a little deep dive, and sure enough, you can. You got to use some weird sites, though. There's some weird betting sites. But I found one. It's called Bet Online. Pretty crazy. You could bet almost everything on here. You could bet politics. These are the odds for who's going to become the U.S. president. This is wild. Right now, Harris is in the lead. Donald Trump is plus 105. I would put a bet down that he would win. You got boxing, you got a lot, but let's go see. We're looking for CJI, so martial arts, and then you just find it here. There it is. Craig Jones Invitational. Let's look at some of these odds here. We got it up here. Craig Jones Invitational. Look at these crazy odds. Craig Jones is negative 5,000 to beat Gabby Garcia. Mackenzie Dern plus 700. Wow. Nicky Rod negative 2,500. Who else? The Judo Master Owen. He's the underdog here. Crazy. Pat Downey. See, this is one that I find real interesting. Luke versus Pat. That's going to be wild. I don't know what Pat's jiu-jitsu looks like, but... And I haven't seen too much of Luke's jiu-jitsu either, but he's gone up against some killers, and apparently word on the street is that Luke's jiu-jitsu is legit. So Luke versus Pat, that's an interesting right there. I don't know. I feel like I would throw money down on Pat. If he could, I don't think he'll submit Luke, but if he could just control him and dominate, I think he has a chance to win that. Let's see, what else we got here. The Tackett Bros are both the favorites. Ty versus Jason, that'll be a good one, but I would not put money on Jason. Joseph Chen versus Andy Varela. That should be another good one. I know they already faced off, and Joseph won, but wow. Negative 400 is kind of crazy. These odds are pretty lopsided, which is wild. Nicky Ryan he's the underdog here, huh? Maybe it's because he's super fragile. All right, let's see. First, let's look at these Craig Jones odds. So Craig Jones negative 5,000. Let's see. If I put $100 down, $2? Are you kidding me? Is that right? $100, bro, would only win me $2? Oh, heck no. That's insane. I wonder what the max bet on this is. Let's see. I don't even know if it'll tell me, but... Alright, $100,000 only wins $2,000. Yeah, this is insane. But, alright, let me put together something here of who I think would win. I definitely think Joseph Chen is going to get this dub. I just think he's better overall than Andy. See, some of these are so lopsided that it's like, I don't even bother. Andrew Tackett versus Nicky Ryan. That's an interesting one. The Tackett Bros are legit. But so is Nicky Ryan. But Nicky Ryan, he's very fragile. Like, that guy I heard his knees are pretty much dust now. Like, I don't know. But let me see. William Tackett, I'm going to throw him in there. I think he's just too good. And Pat Downey. I would throw money down on Pat Downey just for the heck of it. Not as a parlay, though. But this right here, this parlay, I would do. I wonder what this would even... I wouldn't bet on Craig Jones just because I feel like that match isn't even real. Like, I don't even... He might mess around and lose that. I've read that this site is legit, but... I don't know. I might throw this bet down. Joseph Chen versus William Tackett. Yeah, I think I'm going to throw that down. I'll upload a clip of me throwing that down right now, but yeah, pretty wild odds, you guys. I mean, what do you guys think of this? Comment down below of what you think of this CJI tournament. It's crazy that it's even happening. Like, I'm sure this started off as a joke, and whoever the mysterious donor of all the money is, I'm sure he was like, he told Craig, like, yo, let's actually do it. And the fact that this started off as a joke and now he has all these killers in here is wild. Like, you got these crazy wrestlers in here. You got Jason Nolf. You got the judo guys. You got Pat Downey. You got UFC fighters in here. Mackenzie Dern, Luke Rockhold. Man, it's going to be legit. And then I think, did all the super fights fall out? I know there were some super fights, but I'm not really seeing them anymore. I mean, either way. Oh, there's only 2 super fights. Yeah, I'm sure there was more. But either way, man, this is gonna be pretty dope. What I'm curious of is, it takes a lot to run a huge event like this, I'm guessing, right? Like, thousands of people are going. I wonder how it's gonna go. Like, is it gonna be a success? Is there gonna be, I don't know, is it gonna be too much? Like, I wonder who he has helping him run this actual event, because I don't know. If it's a success, I'm sure he'll do it every year. I know he already said that he plans to do it every year if it's a success, but he also said if he has like Fire Festival type vibes, which if you don't know what that is, it was a festival that completely went to shit, basically, and it was just very poorly ran. Like, if that happens, I'm guessing, never going to do it again. But yeah, I mean, this is just crazy either way. Like, I hope it's a success, because if it is, I think Craig Jones is going to be like the next face of jiu-jitsu, not as an athlete, but just as like a promoter of the sport, almost kind of like a Joe Rogan and like a Jocko, who have gotten a whole lot of people into the sport. I feel like jiu-jitsu is just gonna blow up if he's actually successful with this, and I think he will be. I mean, he has the athletes there. Like, at that point, once you have the athletes, it seems like it would be pretty smooth. You just got to put the matches on now, and then they win their money. Thomas and Macarena, I've been there too. It's not too big. Seems like the perfect spot. I know they're doing the karate combat style with the, what do you call it? It's like the round wall, the pit. That's what they call it, the pit. But yeah, this is going to be interesting, you guys, and I'm curious what ADCC is going to be like this year. You know what I mean? Like, what is going to happen with ADCC? Because, man, Craig Jones is the ADCC killer. And you know what's funny about ADCC this year is that even if you win ADCC this year, it's going to be known as like, oh, well, you won ADCC in 2024, but this guy wasn't in there and this guy wasn't in there. So it's like, it's just going to be funny. And I wonder if Craig Jones is going to do the 2-year thing, like how ADCC is only once every 2 years. I wonder if that's how he's going to do the CJI, but I don't know. His marketing has been on point. He's got the athletes. Obviously, they're getting paid now. Like, I wonder if this is the end of ADCC. What do you guys think? And I'm sure he's shitting bricks right now just thinking about, like, bro, if that tournament is a success, we got to do something. Like, they're going to have to start paying. Of course, they're going to have to start paying. But they're also just going to have to put on better promotion, better marketing, all that stuff. And it's interesting. Very curious on what's going to happen. I think either way, jiu-jitsu athletes are going to start getting paid. Like, at least something, at least more than 10 grand for winning ADCC, which is insane that you only win 10 grand for being one of the best grapplers in the world. But yeah, I really think if this is successful, I think that the sport of jiu-jitsu is just going to blow up even more. You know, like, it's easy to think when you do jiu-jitsu, like, oh, this sport is so big, it's so popular, but when you really think about it, it's like, well, how much people do you know outside of your grappling circle that do jiu-jitsu? It's not a lot. You know what I mean? Like, this is still a small sport. Even MMA, even UFC 20 years ago was not big at all. Like, no one really talked about UFC. Even 15 years ago, no one really talked about MMA. And now you look at the UFC and it's massive. I don't think grappling will get to those levels, but I do think, like, UFC, as it gets more popular, it gets more people wanting to get into combat and wanting to get into martial arts and, you know, just to train themselves. And I think jiu-jitsu is the best martial arts to train if you're just like a regular Joe, if you're just an average guy. So if you really think about it, as the UFC gets bigger, jiu-jitsu is only going to keep getting bigger because of that. Because if you're just a regular dude with a 9-to-5, you don't want to be getting all this head trauma. You don't want to be getting dinged in the face and leg kicked and all these things. You know what I mean? Like, you can't train sparring all the time, but you could do jiu-jitsu 5-6 days a week and be perfectly fine. So yeah, it's really interesting. It's really interesting how the sport's going to evolve. Athletes are going to be getting paid now. I think you're going to start seeing a lot more people training martial arts, and specifically jiu-jitsu, because of the reasons that I just said. But yeah, interesting. Very interesting. What do you guys think is going to happen here? I mean, yeah, crazy. And let me look at these brackets. Let's see what my predictions are. So we'll start with under 80 kg. Let's see. What is that? 176 pounds, right? So under 176 pounds. Cade versus Ty against each other would be wild. That would be sick to see that. Either way, the money's going home to their family if that happens. But all right, let's see. Honestly, on this left side of the bracket, I think I'm going to go Joseph Chen. I think Joseph Chen is legit, man. He's got amazing grappling. I think he's going to beat Andy for sure again. Yeah, I think I'm going to go Joseph Chen on this side. And on this side, I'm definitely either going to go Cade or Andrew here. Andrew Tackett Bros. But Nicky Ryan, he's another sleeper. Like, you don't know what he's going to pull out of his bag of tricks. But I'm going to go Andrew Tackett here. I think Andrew Tackett's going to make it to the finals. I think in the semifinals we're going to have Cade versus Andrew. And then on this side, I'm going to go Joseph Chen versus Ty. And then in the finals, we're going to have Joseph Chen versus Andrew Tackett. That's what we got for under 176 pounds. That's what we're going with right there. And down here, the big boys, over 176 pounds. We're going to go, let's see here. Alright, I'm for sure going Nicky Rod on this side. And then on this side, Pat Downey is a sleeper. But no, I don't think he's going to make it that far. I'll go Luke. I'll go Luke with getting to the semifinals. We'll go Nicky Rod versus Luke. And I believe they've already grappled against each other, right? Didn't they have a match? But Nicky Rod in the finals for sure. And then on this side, we'll go William Tackett. Definitely, unless there's some crazy upset. William Tackett should definitely make it to the semifinals. He's a legit grappler. That guy has it all. He's got the wrestling, he's got the jiu-jitsu, he's got the stamina. He seems super dedicated. And up here, Pedro Alex, he's a beast. So is he in this bracket? Oh yeah, he is. Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm going to go William Tackett versus Pedro. And then in the finals, we got William Tackett versus Nicky Rod in the finals for the big boys. William Tackett versus Nicky Rod for the big boys. And for the small boys, we got Joseph Chen versus Andrew Tackett. That's what I said, right? Yeah. So, yeah, I'm going Tackett Bros in both finals. And then Joseph Chen and Nicky Rod is who they're going to be facing. And for the winners, I'm going to go Joseph Chen versus Andrew Tackett. That could feed families, that match. Wow. Who do I think is going to win that? That's like a toss-up, but you know what? I'm going Joseph Chen. My Taiwanese brother. I'm going Joseph Chen to win it all for 80 kg. And down here, I'm going to go Nicky Rod. Oh, that'd be two B team fighters. What is it? Yep. Wow, that'd be two B team fighters. Yeah, I'm going to go with that. Nicky Rod and Joseph Chen. That's who's going to take the cake. I could also see Cade getting to the finals, too. Cade versus Andrew Tackett. I could see Cade in the finals versus Joseph Chen, too. And who knows? Cade might beat Joseph Chen. I don't know. But I'm going to stick with that. Tackett Bros versus Joseph Chen and Nicky Rod. Joseph Chen getting the finals, or getting the $1 million for the smaller group, and Nicky Rod getting the $1 million for the big boys. That's what I'm going with. Comment down below, you guys. Who do you think is going to win? I mean, this is going to be insane. I'm excited. I'm excited for the sport of Jiu Jitsu to grow. I'm excited for this tournament to see what happens. Is it going to be a disaster, or is it going to be a success? And yeah. Comment down below, you guys, who you think is going to win. And that's the end of today's video. I'll be live streaming it too. A little watch party. One of the days. I don't know about both days, but one of the days. And I'll be live streaming this weekend's UFC. So I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.